So why aren't you starting your virtual assistant business? Why are you waiting? Today, what I want to talk about is actually a post that I saw. And I just want to share with you some of the responses that I saw to that post, and then just kind of give you some insight on why I think you are not starting your VA business. Welcome back to my channel. If this is the first time you're joining me, my name is Lisa Baldwin. I have owned my own virtual assistant business since August of 2018. In the first 3 months of my business, I quadrupled the amount of hours, my amount of income, and I am here to teach you how to grow and or launch your very own virtual assistant business. So yesterday I was looking for ideas for content, and I came across a post, because oftentimes what I do is I'm a member of a lot of Facebook groups, and I'll go through and I'll look and see what questions people have to decide what content I should bring to you. But then also I like to look at the answers of what people are saying to kind of get some insight into what you might be thinking. And one of the questions that I came across, or one of the posts that I came across, talked about somebody needed inspiration to get started, or they couldn't figure out what was holding them back, what was keeping them from getting started. And so many other people started chiming in, and there really was one common theme to everybody's answer. And that was really a lack of confidence. It was a lack of confidence. And it came really from a few different places. The first place it came from that I noticed was that people weren't confident that they could start a business. More specifically, they didn't know how. And first of all, that's what this channel is here for. I have a free 3-day course that talks about that. I have a paid course that will tell you exactly how to do it. You can go through that course in literally 7 days or less. You can have your business started in 7 days. But that was the first thing that I saw, was people don't know how to do it. So let me tell you something. When I started my business, I didn't know how to do it either. I didn't know how to do it. There are still times to this day, like my business is very established. It's very established. But there are still times when I'm like, what am I doing? I don't even know what I'm doing. But here's the thing. You just have to do it. You just have to do it. You have to find resources. You have to find resources, people that you trust. And I hope that I am building that trust with you. I hope that you're finding me to be a trustworthy source of information. But when you don't know what you're doing, you have to find somebody smarter than you and do what they've done, right? Find somebody with a proven track record and do what they've done. So nobody is expecting you to know exactly what you're doing. Like I said, there are still days that I get up and I go into my office and I'm like, what am I doing? What am I doing running this business? But you know what? Every single day it runs. And do you know why it runs? Because when I don't know what I'm doing, I go to people smarter than me and I ask them. When I wanted to start a VA business and I had no idea how to do it, I went to resources provided by people that were smarter than me. And what did I do? I did what they did, and I got the results that they got. So the first thing again that I saw was people just simply are afraid because they don't know what they're doing. The second thing that I saw is they don't think they have the skills to get started. I have done a couple of videos on this. One is the VA skills that you need. And in that video, I talk about the skills that you need to get started. And oftentimes people will see okay, well, so-and-so over here has a VA business and these are the services they provide. Well, I don't know how to do that, so I can't start a VA business. That's not true. There is somebody out there that will pay you for the skills that you have. The other thing too, and I've touched on this in other videos, is the things that I have learned since I got started, the skills I have today compared to the skills that I had when I started my VA business. There are so many things that I know how to do now that I didn't know how to do in August of 2018 when I started my business. But the thing is, we don't know what we don't know. And what was happening is I was getting clients and then they were so they were hiring me for the skills that I had, for the services that I had advertised, and then they wanted to put more on my plate. So, for instance, when I started, I knew nothing about email marketing. Nothing. I didn't know about programs like ConvertKit or MailChimp or Aweber. I didn't know anything about those. You would have told me those programs and I would have been like, I don't even know what those are. But the thing is, so many times you're learning as you're growing your business. If my clients had asked me to do email marketing for them and I was like, well, I don't know how to do that, then one, I probably wouldn't have stayed their client for very long because I would have also refused to do other things that they wanted me to do. But I'm constantly growing my skill set. Constantly. Every week it seems like I'm learning something new. And there are going to be virtual assistants that are going to offer services that you are never going to offer. Like there are virtual assistants out there that are Pinterest VAs. I have no idea what that is. And at this point, it's not something that I'm looking to learn. It's not a service that I'm looking to provide because it's not like my sweet spot. It's not where I know I'm really, really good. You will learn the places where you're really, really good, and you'll learn the places where you're not really good. But that comes with time. If you are waiting, and I've said this in other videos before, if you're waiting until you know everything to start your VA business, you are never going to start. You're never going to start because you're never going to know everything. I'm not going to sit here and be like, I know how to do every VA task there is to know. That's not true. I know how to do the ones that I need to know in order to run my business and to serve my clients. That doesn't mean that if one of my clients asks me to do something that I don't know how to do, that I'm going to refuse to learn that skill. That's not true at all. But somebody is willing to pay you for the skills that you already have. I don't know how many times I need to say that before people will believe that. In my video of the VA skills that you need, I talk about skills like data entry and transcription and internet research. I think those are the three that I talk about in that video. Okay, everybody can do data entry. Everybody can do transcription. Everybody can do internet research. But people get so paralyzed, they're like, well, nobody's going to pay me to do that. Are you freaking kidding me? There are people that all they do is data entry and they're making a living off of that. So what you need to do, you need to get over that. You need to get over that the skill that you have is not good enough. Somebody will pay you to do it. You know why? Because they don't want to do it. That's why. People will pay you to solve a problem for them. As long as you have a solution. It doesn't matter how easy or how simple it might seem. People will throw money at a solution. That's what a virtual assistant is. They're a solution. People will throw money at you to fix their problem. And the fact that you don't think you're good enough to do it or your skills aren't good enough, that's crap. Honestly, that's crap. People are looking for a solution. The third thing that I saw, and it was probably the least common that I saw, but still, it was that they didn't have the support. They didn't have the support of their spouse or their family or their friends, or people thought it was stupid or they thought it was a made-up job or whatever. And here's the thing. I actually had that same thing. I had that same thing happen to me. I had somebody that didn't think that what I was doing was going to work. Or not maybe so much that it was going to work, but that there was more security in going to work for somebody else. Because that's what I had done for the 19 years prior to starting my business, is I had always worked for somebody else, right? I had guaranteed paycheck, guaranteed benefits. But here's the thing. Here's what I want you to think about. Right now, how would that be serving me? Right now, given we're in April 2020, right now, how would that be serving me? I'm thankful I'm self-employed right now. I'm thankful that honestly, nobody at this point can tell me to shut down my business. No one can tell me I can't go to work. Why? Because I literally walk like 20 feet from my bedroom to my office. Actually, it's not even 20 feet. It's like 5. But because I created a job for myself, it doesn't matter that you might be under a shelter-in-place order. It doesn't matter that I haven't left my house other than to go for a walk in 13 days. I can still earn an income. Now, if somebody is not supportive of you, or they think it's a stupid thing, or they think it's not a real job, it's your job to prove them wrong. Prove them wrong. Have discussions with them. Talk to them about it. But put things in the perspective of how life is today, how it is in April of 2020. If I hadn't created a job for myself, I don't know where I would be right now. I'd probably be sitting at home, but would I be making an income? I honestly don't know. But I know that I went out, I made a job for myself using the skills that I had. Even though I didn't know what I was doing, I found people that had gone before me, that had started their own virtual assistant business, and I did what they did, and I got the results that they got. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to think about the things that are currently holding you back. What are they? Take out a piece of paper and write down the things that are holding you back. And honestly, if you look at it, it's probably a lack of confidence in some area. It's probably because you're like, I've never started a business. I don't know what to do. Buy my course, I'll tell you what to do. I tell you what to do in there. You don't have to figure it out on your own. I didn't figure it out on my own. What I did is I went to somebody that knew how to do it. I did what they did, and then I fine-tuned it. And I'm like, well, some of this is excessive. Like some of this, like I fine-tuned what they did, and I cut out all the fluff and the junk. And I'm like, this is like bare bones. This is what you need to do to get started. And I put it together in a course. I will tell you exactly what to do. Do what I did. 2, again, the skills argument. You have the skills. You have the skills. Honestly, and I've said this in another video before, this bears repeating. If you have the skills argument, like you're looking for an excuse. You don't want to start. You don't want to start. If you're like, well, I don't have the skills. Honestly, I don't think you want to start. I think you're looking for a reason not to start. And now is the best time to start. Why? Because you're at home. You're already at home. 2, business owners are realizing that this could happen again. They could be in a position where they need to have somebody that can work from home. A lot of business owners right now don't have people in their office space. They have workers at home. Their workers are working virtually. So if you think there's not a demand for this, if you think that your skills are not worth it, if you think that you don't have what it takes to start a business, honestly, at this point, you don't want one. You don't want one. You're finding an excuse. You're finding an excuse not to start one. Honestly, there's no better time. There is absolutely no better time than right now to start a virtual assistant business. That's my honest opinion. In next week's video, I am going to talk about how you can start a virtual assistant business for like literally nothing. That's the other great thing too. There's not huge startup costs. There really aren't. I spent about $1,200 to get started. You don't have to spend that much. Learn from my mistake. You don't have to spend that much. Honestly, you could get started for $500 or less if you really wanted to. If you want to start out quickly, it's about $500. If you want to do it slowly, you can buy for less than that. But we're going to talk about that in next week's video. So if you found this helpful, please subscribe, ring the bell. You'll get notified every Tuesday at 10 a.m. As long as I'm healthy, which I should be because I'm staying at home. Every Tuesday, 10 a.m. Central Time, I will drop a new video to help you grow or launch your very own virtual assistant business. So I hope if you were like thinking about it, but were kind of had those obstacles in your way or those mental blocks, I hope that helped you. You're not the only one that thinks that. I thought that. Everybody on that thread that I read thought that. So be confident. You can do it. You can do it. I did it. I didn't know what the heck I was doing. You have the skills to do it, and you can make money at it. I'm proof of it. There are thousands, hundreds of thousands of virtual assistants. Well, I don't know about hundreds of thousands. I don't really have a hard statistic on that, but there's a lot of them, and they're doing it every single day. They're making money every single day, and you can do it too. So I will see you in next week's video.